I absolutely hate to tell you this, but I had my audio input for you set to the wrong thing. It's fixed now.
Great.
It's picking you up, but it didn't get our fun little spiel in the beginning, which is just
All right.
really tragic. Do we want to attempt to recap that for the people, or should we just go into the questions and leave everyone guessing about our mysterious inner lives?
Listen, we were just debating the complexities of the Emoji Movie versus the Emoji Musical. What's it called, Bridget?
Emoji Land?
Yes, and I was just pondering how they can make a movie on emojis. Like, is it
Yeah, I don't
texting the
know.
whole time?
And I don't really know how they made it into a musical, but it's the same concept, and one of them sucks and one of them doesn't. And I really want to make a video talking about why Emoji Land absolutely slaps and the Emoji Movie sucks, even though they have the same starting concept. But to do that with, to be able to analyze it fully, I would have to watch the Emoji Movie, and I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm willing to sacrifice 2 hours of my time to that. We'll see.
Listen, that's a big time commitment. But then here I am watching whole series like it's nothing. Like, all right, like let's watch a whole season of this on Netflix.
Okay,
But a
yeah,
movie,
this is also very
I
true.
don't know.
Like, I have also watched, like,
I,
4-hour videos breaking down, like, Twin Peaks theories. So, and I really want to talk about wasted time.
Listen, if you want to talk about wasted time, I spend many hours on Wikipedia just at
Ooh, I
3 in the
love a
morning.
Wikipedia click hole.
It's
Great time.
terrible. Like I find myself in like these deep holes. Like how did I get here? I don't even know where I started. It's like a podcast. Like I
Yeah,
don't know
really.
how we get there.
I don't know, dude. I love a good Wikipedia click hole. But not as much as I love the questions that we have for today.
Let's get to those. I'm excited.
I'm really selling myself here tonight. Crushing it. First one. Topical, because we've been doing a lot of these in my house lately. Because, Rona time. But, how do you start doing a jigsaw puzzle? Like, do you start with the edges? Do you start with, like, distinct patches of it? Work out from the center? What's your method here?
Now, last year, my senior year of college, I almost said high school. Wow, that's how tired I am today. Me and my roommates, we were big puzzle guys. Like we did puzzles every week, hung them on the wall. Like we were losers. Like we had so many puzzles.
Whatever. Like, puzzles are awesome.
We'd come home from school and like just do our puzzles. And this was before Corona, so that says something about us. No, but I was out here starting in the middle. Like maybe if you happen to see that's like doing it like upside down where you can't see the picture. Like,
okay, I can see it if like the middle has the most like distinct part of the puzzle and all those pieces really jump out at you when you first like dump them all out. And you're like, oh, this obviously goes here, this obviously goes here. But like I'm a start with the edges and then I do bits that I can easily like that fit together the easiest.
Like it's just easiest to start with the edges, and like you might find some random chunks in the middle. Like, oh, I happen to find this. Let me just set it aside. But like, you gotta look for the edges.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to.
But yeah, no. Definitely. Start from the edges. If you don't, unless it's under one of the aforementioned circumstances, seek help.
What would annoy you more? What would annoy you more if you were missing a piece from the edge or the middle?
Middle. The middle would piss me off way more because it's like
the edge. I could kind of just like. I just won't look at that part.
Well, because if you were to, like... Because I know some people do this with, like, ridiculously difficult puzzles. If you were to frame it, what would the edge of the... Like, the edge of the frame be covering?
Probably not an important part. Hopefully.
So, I'd rather it be there. than have a huge gaping hole in the middle of my picture. I don't know. I mean, I get mad salty if it's ever missing a piece, but, like, if I absolutely have to pick which situation.
It's a sad day when you lose a puzzle piece and you're almost done.
Right.
Like
we
I
have,
said,
like, a bag
my roommates and I...
of mixed puzzle pieces at our house. From just, like, ones that have, like, wound up on the carpet.
Mm-hmm. We would do a lot of puzzles, and we would turn the house upside down if we ever lost one, which we did. We even checked the litter box once, where like these cats took it.
Thieves. No. Next is a question that I love so much, because the first time I'm realizing now there's definitely something in my teeth. That's cute. Ignore me.
I love that look.
I love that for myself. Cool. That's on the internet, like, now.
You know, it's times like these where I wish I had a mask. Like, I stopped caring what I look like when I go outside. Mm-hmm. Like, my hair is up, and my mask, I spread it as far as I can to cover all my face. And you know what? That's how I've been living. And
this is just so attractive. I can't believe that this chain of events is still occurring.
I know. Who would have thought? The scientist. That's who thought.
I truly do. Okay. Since I'm not going to stop the podcast, I'll just have to do this the whole time. Do not perceive.
Do not perceive me.
Do not perceive me. No, but this question that I love so much is, what would chairs look like if our knees bent the other way?
Oh.
Right?
Oh.
What would a chair look like if, like, what's...
I read that question. I read that question before you said it, and I was thinking, wait, does she mean the chair legs? Like, I'm pretty sure the chair would just be backwards, but you mean, like
our legs.
Sorry, audio listeners, you can't see me stretch horribly.
Well, and the audio listeners don't also get the pleasure of seeing me trying to deal with random junk from dinner stuck in my teeth.
They're missing out.
There's
on
a give and
too.
take. But no, if our knees went inwards instead of outwards, what would a chair look like?
I guess the chair would look like... All right. I'm sorry, audio listeners. You're really missing out here. So, you mean to say, like...
You have a metal folding chair in your room. Sorry. Can we, like, talk about that for a second?
I do work here, and I can't allow myself to be too comfortable, or else I'll get distracted. So, like, I suffer. Listen, this is the upgrade. I used to have a stool without a back. So,
okay, no, that's bad. See, here's the thing. My desk chair isn't, like, insanely comfortable, but it's better than that.
My room's also really small, so I don't even know if I could fit it. Like, this thing I can push in really... I'm not living well out here, anyway.
Neither am I.
So here is my chair. Mm-hmm. I think, like, there'd probably be... Would my feet be up in the air? Like, if my knees bent the other way? Like, is that
I don't
what you
think
mean?
So. Like
what's
an animal whose knees go inwards? Like a flamingo.
I don't know if flamingo is off the top. Oh, wait, I think I do.
Here, wait. Let's do some diagrams. Again, sorry, audio people. We are being very prejudiced today, and I'm sorry. But this is what I'm thinking of. Like,
I feel like the chair would look the same.
And I'm drawing this on lined paper, so I don't know how well this is gonna go. So, like, your foot would be like this, and then your knees would bend this way, and then this would be... This is a horrible drawing, but...
Wait, that's your knees? Oh,
yeah.
Wait,
so, like, you know, like, when flamingos go down, they're kind of, like, sitting on their little feeties because their knees bend that way? Like, that's what I'm thinking of. It wouldn't be, like, our feet going up. Like, we are not folding like a chair.
Uh-huh.
It's just inverted.
Alright, so wouldn't the chair have to be flatter? Like a lawn chair?
Possibly.
I don't know. How would you even sit like that? Like,
yeah, I have no idea. Now that I'm thinking about it, maybe it would have to be like you know how some chairs, like, they have like the average kitchen chair, like wooden kitchen chair, will usually have that like support kind of running across the, like, that your feet can rest on. I don't think that could happen.
Yeah.
Like, a chair would have to be shaped like, if you were looking at it
like it
from
had, like, a hole in it, right?
Yeah, if you were looking at it from the front, it would have to, like, this thing at the top that I just drew, it would have to look like that.
Yeah.
Like, there could, like, you know, had in kitchen chairs, they have, like, the little, sometimes there's, like, a little rod there for, like, you know, decorative woodwork or support. That couldn't be a thing that you would have going on.
Could we give him a beanbag and bean chair and call it a day?
This is true, and I do love a good beanbag to begin with. But they don't offer much lumbar support, so I feel like our knees going the other way is not going to get rid of the need for, like, chairs.
This question's hard.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's why I liked it so much.
I don't know how it would look. Like, I feel like definitely it couldn't have that, like, bottom support as you were talking about, because it would get in your way. Mm-hmm. But I'm just curious how you would even sit if your knees bent like that. Like, chair, like, how would you, like, bend?
Maybe you'd have to be sitting. Oh, I don't know.
Would you go forward? What if we got one of those, like, massage chairs?
I'm thinking.
Like, what if we just sat the other way on your stomach?
You know, like, when you, like, right now, when you sit, like, on top of your, like, the only thing that's coming to my mind is, like, in anime, when they're sitting at, like, the low tables, like, you sit on your feet.
Yeah.
Okay, so that shit gets uncomfortable after a while, right? And, like, your legs fall asleep.
Mm-hmm.
That's why that's why I think maybe the most efficient way to go down if your knees bent the other way would be to sit on your feet like flamingos do. But I don't imagine that being particularly comfortable. So maybe what we would have to have, instead of, like, because I don't know if you'd be able to sit in the same way. Like, I don't really know.
Like, I think you'd be sitting, like forward, like, on your stomach.
Maybe
more.
You're right.
Like, I'm saying, like a massage chair, like, you're sitting the other way.
You're sitting, but forward. Oh my god, you're right. Or it could be a regular chair that doesn't have, like, the strut in the middle that we talked about. That, like, so, you know, your knees could go inward. But then there would be, like, this would be the part that you're, like, this is a top-down view. It looks like an M. This would be the part that you're sitting on.
Yeah.
So it'd be almost like kind of bicycle seat-ish. Is the only way I can think to describe it.
Maybe this is a new invention we came up with on the show, because we're pretty good at that. Like, we've come up with quite a lot.
We've had a few. I'm proud of some of the things that we have come up with on the show, as much as half of it is just nonsense. Okay.
I don't know about that, though.
You don't know about the chair? You don't know that half the stuff we've come up with on the show is just
Oh, no, I know we talk about nonsense all day long, but, like, the chair, that's a tough one.
It is.
But I like the ideas we came up with. I think we advanced chair technology.
I think we did. I'm proud of us.
Sitting for the future.
Sitting for the future. If we ever, I don't know, I don't know, if we ever evolve in that direction, I don't know why we would. That's not how evolution works either. What am I talking about? Anyway. What was that?
Sorry, that's my water bottle.
Oh, okay. I was like, huh?
Sorry.
Okay.
Both the visual and the audio listeners were confused with that one. No one saw what was going on.
So if money was no object, like if money didn't really matter, what would you eat every day?
Like a meal or like just anything?
Yeah, just anything.
Oh, you mean, oh. Well, first off, money's never an issue because when I'm hungry, I can buy whatever I want. I eat good.
I mean, treat yourself.
Treat yourself. No, I see what you're saying though.
Move that out of
I don't know. Do you have anything off the top of your head?
I mean, I'd definitely be buying, like, fancy stuff that I wouldn't currently buy now, but also I just make sure that, like, all of my kind of basics, like, whatever ingredients I have, if I didn't have to worry about money, I'd make sure it was, like, the freshest and, like, organic and, the least processed I could find, because that stuff's always more expensive, and it shouldn't be, because, that's fucked up, but, like, that would be where I'd start. Would just be, like, making sure my basics of everything is, like, the highest quality that it can possibly get. Because, I'm out here trying to be healthy. At least to some degree. And then, I guess in the realm of thing, like, I don't know, I probably, like, treat myself significantly more often to just, like, not even things that are, like, unhealthy or, like, particularly large. Just, like,
delicacies.
Yeah, just like really nice food.
I really like sushi, like good sushi, and like
that's the thing.
Like,
it's not even particular. Like it's pretty nutritionally solid, but like she's expensive.
It's if you're getting good sushi, it's so definitely that. Not a food, but something I really enjoy is oat milk, and that is like a little more expensive than regular milk. So I would definitely indulge in that more because sometimes I don't because it is kind of expensive sometimes.
And I mean, there are even things that aren't like particularly like high quality that are a little pricey that I really like. Like I love Starbucks chai lattes, and yeah, I know it's Starbucks. It's not that great, but like I would get that as, like, maybe my daily caffeinated beverage if we're in a situation where money is no object. That'd be nice. A little treat yourself every day. Have your daily latte. I kind of like it.
I'm with that.
So yeah, just higher standard of ingredients that go into everything. More foods like sushi. Very often. Love me some sushi. And
I feel like sushi is my number one choice because I really do like it, but I think the one thing that stops me from getting it is that, like, it is a little expensive if you're getting like good quality sushi.
Yeah, and like
even though, like,
as much as I do enjoy a good, like, Wegmans California roll,
even that's expensive though. Like, I mean, sometimes they're like $8 for like 8 rolls. That's
which like not horrible, but like I'm poor. And then when you're talking about, like, the good stuff, it's even more expensive. And I'd probably get some of those, like, crazy genetically engineered fruits, where it's, like, a square watermelon, or, like, those strawberries in Japan that are pink, and they're really, like pastel pink, and they're really expensive.
Ooh.
Apparently they're, like, crazy sweet. I'd like to try those things. That sounds fun.
I want to try that. I didn't even know that existed.
Yeah.
Wow.
So also some of those crazy, like, shaped fruits and weird hybrid things. That sounds fun.
If I had more money, I'd get mutant fruit.
Right?
Top of my list. Some mutant fruit. Sounds good.
Delicious. Um, any other thoughts on that, or shall we move on?
Let's move on, because I'm getting hungry now.
Okay,
We're going to
moving
turn
on.
this into the food channel again.
Okay. Tangentially related to food, because beverage, what goes in, tea/coffee first? Milk or sugar?
Wait, do you mean like which comes first, milk or sugar,
Yeah.
or milk/sugar before the tea?
Who in fuck's name is doing that?
All right, well, I have a story, but anyway, before that, I feel like I don't really use sugar, but like I'm thinking about like when I make it for customers, I always put in the milk first and then the sugar.
No.
What?
Bad.
Why
Sugar
not?
first.
Sugar first?
Yeah, that's just how it goes.
Why? Because it dissolves faster?
This is how we do it, and this is how I do it, because I'm the only one in my house that drinks tea. Anyway. Tea bag in cup. Water over tea bag. Sugar. Stir it, because stirring the in helps the tea steep. And then you take the tea bag out, and then you put the milk in. Unless it's like herbal tea or tea that you don't put milk in. But yeah, that is the proper way to make tea, and if you're not making it like that.
So my order's a little messy. I like to, if I'm making tea and like I am putting sugar in it, I like to put in the sugar first, then the tea, and then the milk.
That's disgusting. I hate it. Why would you do that?
It all mixes.
I mean, it does, but that just doesn't feel right.
When I'm also at work, I put in the milk and sugar first, and then the coffee/tea. But it makes sense because it's more of like, okay, like it's similar to how I think they do it in Starbucks, because there are like lines on the cups, and you can see like, oh, for a large, you fill it like this much with milk, and then you just put in the rest. So
okay, I guess I'll allow it.
I don't do that way at home. Actually, no, sometimes I do. It's funny, I'm like not very particular about the order of this, but I am particular about like milk and cereal. Like, you better be putting in the cereal first.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that was one of our first ever podcast questions.
It was. It's something I think about a lot. I'm very passionate about that.
I love that. We love passion here.
No, but for like coffee and tea, it all mixes. Like, it'll get there. You'll get there.
I mean, you will, but I like, also just as a person who's a tea snob and is like really obsessed with having a bunch of like different fancy teas and like fun, unnecessary ways to prepare tea, I enjoy having like a very set tea routine. To the point where if you don't do it like that, it's wrong. At least in my opinion. And also,
I like making...
Nice pun.
Thank you.
We love puns in this house.
I like making... I like making loose leaf tea. I feel like that's fun and exciting.
I have a little collection of different funky shaped loose leaf tea strainers.
Oh, that's fun.
I have one that looks like the Yellow Submarine. I have a guitar, a whale, a manatee, maybe a sloth, a little one that looks like a rubber ducky floating on the top of the cup. It's delightful.
I love that.
Love my tea. Love my tea strainers. Continue.
Do you have a favorite type of tea, like flavor wise, or brand?
For what I drink every day is like the PG Tips black tea, which is like one of the brands that's really popular in the United Kingdom, because how they be with tea over there. But that's like my favorite everyday tea that I drink for caffeinating myself. But when it comes to like herbal tea, I like a lot of teas that have like acai in them. I find like that has a really good flavor, like fruit flavor. So I like that. So I would say that I'm not crazy about green tea, but I recently learned that I may have been preparing it wrong.
Oh, okay, go on, because I also am not a big fan of green tea.
So I didn't like it because it's bitter, right? So
Mm-hmm.
that usually means, if you're just taking water from a kettle and just chucking it on, the water is too hot and it is burning your tea leaves and making them bitter.
Oh.
And also, green tea is very easily oversteeped, so if you leave it in for too long, it also becomes quite bitter. And I went to my friend's house, and she had an electric kettle, like a really fancy one that you could set to a specific temperature for like whatever type of tea you were making, and it would like tell you how long to steep it. And I had like a peach green tea, and it was delicious. It didn't need anything in it. So I think I probably do like green tea. I've just been screwing it up for 11 years or so.
I definitely have also been screwing up because I just leave the tea bags in there. I don't take them out.
Oh, you're disgusting. What the hell?
How is that disgusting?
You leave the bag in?
Yeah. I like it, I don't know, not well done.
Okay,
like
even
really
if you do
brewed.
like it strong, you just leave it in for longer and then you take it out. Because it continues to get stronger as you drink it. And if it's just herbal tea, still bad, but I guess whatever. But if you have a tea that like you have to put a specific amount of like sugar and milk in based on the strength of the tea, it's becoming stronger as you drink it and throwing off that ratio.
Okay, well, what if I don't put in sugar or milk? Because I never put in sugar and milk in tea.
Okay, still bad.
I just want to. I like seeing how, like, what it does. It like I've stopped becoming stronger. No, I'm just kidding. Obviously, it does at some point, but like I don't know. It doesn't bother me.
Well, no wonder you don't like green tea. Jesus.
I know that's the only tea where I'm like, I think I'm doing this wrong, and I think it's affecting the quality of my work. Like.
This is why
I feel so judged by you right now.
I can't say that I'm not judging you. I normally would because we're friends, but if I said I wasn't, I'd be lying.
If you go back to the beginning of this video, now there's water in here, but you will see my tea bag from earlier, and it was just chilling for like
God, I hate
2
seeing
hours
that.
in there.
I hate seeing that, like in public or whatever. When someone's walking around, they got the tea bag like hanging out of the mug. I'm like, no, it's not how you do it.
Tea.
Okay, well, that has taken years off my life.
Listen, I'm a coffee person. It's like new territory for me. Although I will say, my favorite tea ever is Stash Licorice Spice.
Licorice is disgusting.
I love licorice, but only black licorice.
Bad
Red is
flavor.
Gross. So good. Amazing.
I do really love a good like lemon tea. Like that's what when I was a kid, I used to go to my friend's house and sleep over, and her mom would always make us like lemon tea with a bunch of honey in it, and that's like what got me into the concept of drinking tea when I was like in grade school, before I even started like drinking it for caffeine purposes. So lemon tea has a very special place in my heart.
I hate lemon in my tea. I hate it so much. We're like opposites in the tea world.
What is this? Lemon tea is so good. Especially like ginger lemon with honey. Ugh. Incredible.
You sound like my mom. She used to work for a tea importer. And she knows all about
sick.
Teas.
I would love to work for a tea importer if that had anything to do with the skill set that I possess in real life.
Yeah, she knows all about tea. I'm just like out here keeping the bags in for eternity.
God, you heathen. I bet you make it in the microwave too.
No, my mom doesn't like microwave.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Your mom's anti-microwave.
Anti-microwave.
Yeah, no,
But
making tea in the microwave is unholy.
I wouldn't do that.
Bad.
I'll keep the bag in, but I won't microwave it. Not because of anti-microwaves, just because I think you need to boil the water.
Correct. At least in this one instance. Anyway.
I feel like we've learned a lot about each other today.
I feel like we've learned a lot about each other since we started this period. Just a lot about small hills that we'll die on. And things that make us irrationally angry. And also, apparently, things that we're comfortable putting on the internet.
Yeah.
Alright. I like this one. So isn't your first birthday, when you reach a year old, isn't that technically your second birthday?
Yeah, it's literally in the name. Like, birth day.
You did arrive on that first one.
Like, okay,
like the actual first one.
Like, yeah, that's your arrival date. Like, but okay. Yes, okay, let's say you're born, what's today's date? Or whatever. It's January 1st. Let's just say it's January 1st.
Okay.
You were born on that day. It is your first birthday. But 1 year later, you turn 1. Like, yes, you are 1 year old, but it's your second birthday.
Yeah. It's the second time you've been alive on that date.
Yes.
When is your birthday, by the way? I just realized I don't know.
It's actually soon. It's February 5th.
Oh, love that for you. We'll
Yeah.
do something special. Figure something out. Stream, maybe.
When is your birthday?
April 10th.
April 10th? Okay.
I'm an Aries, in case you couldn't tell.
Aries? I'm Aquarius. It's Aquarius season.
Aries season is when I reach my power and my desire to commit arson skyrockets. The most Aries of crimes. And also the sexiest crime, in my opinion. Actually, no, that's a universal truth. Arson is the sexiest crime. To commit, not to have done to you.
It's because your name is Bridget, that's why.
Yeah. Arson Club for Bridgets. Which no one ever messaged me about, so that was kind of sad. I was hoping I'd get at least one. Still down to form a club if anyone else wants. But no, yeah. I am surrounded by Scorpios in my house. I don't even believe in astrology that much. I just think it's fun, and I like to check it, and I do think...
Me too.
I think there's a little something to it. Like, I have noticed some common traits in people who share the same star sign for the most part. Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, I'm surrounded by Scorpios.
You know, I'm always like, this is dumb, but then I'm always like looking on Instagram.
But then it's like here's what tree you are, and I'm just like, tell me. Wait, actually, I thought it's a December birthday. He might be. What's the one in December?
This Capricorn? No.
Yeah, no, that might be it. Because I know Scorpio is like October, November.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm mostly surrounded by Scorpios. And frankly, my sister, she fits it. She fits it so very much. Oh, there's a tweet I saw once. It was like, you know it's Scorpio season when you hear someone screaming, "It's my fucking birthday," while crying. And I was like, yeah, you do. You really do. Every time I read one, it's just like, why would you say something so unscientific and yet so accurate?
This somehow makes sense.
Right?
I don't want it to make sense, but it does.
Don't know why it does, but here I am. Relating. Understanding.
You know, like, I knew, like, last year, it was hard for everyone, but, like, sometimes I would find myself being like, what do the stars have to say about this? Like,
what planets can I blame this on?
My last... Yeah, like, that's my last
Other than
resort.
Earth.
Like, I don't know why these things are happening in my life. let me check the sky, see what's happening there. Like, perhaps that's the reason.
Maybe there's just a tad bit of an explanation, you know? Although, again, Earth is you can always blame it on Earth. Instead of, like, Mars or whatever, or Mercury.
It's Earth.
Speaking of, star signs and birthdays, what is the worst name that you could give a child?
The worst name?
Yeah.
Oh,
I hope we don't say anyone's name. That'd be really mean, but, like, there are some that I'd be like, man, I don't think I could ever saddle a child with this.
You know what
as a person who doesn't even want kids.
You know what it is? It's like someone, like, you knew, like, for instance, a Jessica who was really mean, and they just, like, ruined the name for you.
That's
and now,
fair,
like,
but I think I might have an objective answer.
What?
My sister and I go on walks in the local historical cemetery, and there is someone there whose name is Egbert.
Egbert?
Yeah. How could you, like, look at a newborn and be like, yep, Egbert.
This one's Egbert.
And his last name is Egberts.
Like, what?
This person, the headstone is Egbert Egberts. It's incredible.
Wow.
That man's family did him dirty.
Mm-mm. That's like, you know that singer Philip Phillips?
Yeah. I do.
Like, that name just unlocked that memory for me.
Right?
Because I forgot about him.
Yeah.
I was like, wait,
so
his real name?
Yeah, don't do that to your kid. Do not call them Egbert. That is objectively one of the worst names you could give a child.
Egbert. I don't know if I could even come up with one that tops that. Like, oh, I don't like the name Reginald.
Okay. That's Elton John, or that was Elton John's real name before he legally changed it.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, his name was Reginald Dwight.
See, he changed it.
And now his legal name, I think, is Elton Hercules John, which, you know, big dick energy, frankly.
No, I can't see, like, who looks at a baby and says, you are Reginald?
That's a great name to give to, like a very stubborn corgi, though.
Oh, I was gonna say a dog.
That's an excellent name for a very pompous dog.
See, like, there are certain names that are easily, like, given to animals, or others, like, it's just, like, what? Like,
yeah.
Like, you wouldn't name your, like, cat Nicholas, like...
I think that's a power move, frankly, giving your pet, like, a really human name.
Person, yeah.
But in some senses, I do agree.
I think it's, like, ironic, so it's funny. But, like, seriously, you wouldn't...
Yeah.
Unless you're trying to be ironic. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, like, I don't think you can... If you name a cat Kyle, you okay?
Kyle.
Unless you want to use them as an excuse to get out of things, and you could just be like, oh, I gotta go hang out with Kyle later, and no one knows that Kyle's a cat. But
Kyle has to go to the doctor, and I'm driving him.
Yeah.
I'm driving to the vet.
Maybe there's a purpose
birthday.
to it.
I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my roommate Kyle.
That could be it. But
yeah, you could even have a fish named a real person's name and just be like, oh yeah, I told Karen I'd spend the day with her. I don't know why I picked Karen.
Yeah. That's another thing you should never name your child. That name is going extinct.
Yeah, true.
Not
true.
Like one of my best friends growing up, her mom's name was Karen, and she's an absolutely lovely woman, but like that name will go extinct.
It's because now people associate with the
racist
manager.
Old ladies.
Like, wanting to speak with the manager.
Yeah, so... don't do that anymore, because that name is over. I had a fish with a real person name. It was a nerdy real person name. It was Sheldon, because, you know, shell ocean.
Sheldon.
But yeah, it was a fish that I won at like a carnival type thing.
Aww.
But yeah. What was the question? Worst name to give a child. We got onto pets. I'm still also thinking of worst names to potentially give a child. Just a lot of archaic things that nobody uses anymore. Like, I don't know, like names that you see in like old-timey, like for old-time people, like, I don't know, Hubert or something like that. Don't do that to your child in the year of our Lord 2021.
I actually like old-fashioned names.
There are some that I really like, but there are some I'm just like, that's dumb.
But there are some that are very outdated, where it's just like, you haven't heard that in like 4 generations.
Like old-timey, like nice old-timey name.
It's not
like,
a great name to begin with. Like, that's why you haven't heard it in 4 generations.
Like a name like Adelaide, I kind of like.
Yeah, that's like
I could see that I making a, like, kind of coming around in like a hipstery, like, originality, old-fashioned type of way. But yeah, but there are some just like, don't do that. Yeah, some I understand why they fall out of fashion. Others I'm like, this has always been nice. Why did we stop? Although, again, I say this as a person who, like, I'm not having kids. I don't know why I have strong opinions, but I do.
You can name all your pets real person name. Wait,
yeah.
I keep saying real person, like, as opposed to a fake person.
If I ever do wind
commonly used names for people.
If I ever do settle down and in one location and have the time and resources to dedicate to like a large reptile collection, I can just use all the cool names then.
Use them up.
There we go. There's one plan for my later life.
I think people should. You know how people often create lists of their favorite names? I think we should start creating lists of our least favorite names, or like names that you should not use. Just so you can start crossing some out.
Yeah, I got a couple. Mostly just people who bullied me as a child.
See, they ruined the name for you. That's what I'm talking about.
That they did. Although when I was a kid, I hated the fact that I didn't have a really common name. Because, you know, in kindergarten, you meet somebody else that also has your name, and you're automatically best friends, because it's like, hey, same name. But, you didn't get a lot of Bridgets. So I was always like...
It's funny you mention that. Like, growing up, I met 2 Bridgets from a young age. So that was a name I was familiar with, but...
I didn't meet another one until high school.
My full name's Madeline. I didn't meet one till high school. Like, and
there's a Madeline that lives around the corner from me.
I know. No one spells it my way, though. So, at least, I like that it's not as common. It's like...
How do you spell it?
Madeline.
Yeah, that's exactly how she spells it.
Oh, really?
Yep, lives right around the corner from me. Her family has been doing second Thanksgiving with my family for years.
Cool.
But that's so funny, because I didn't meet another Bridget until high school, and I rarely meet people that spell it the same way as me.
Bridget? Yeah, no, I've seen it that way.
I see a lot of... I don't know what it is. I see a lot of 2 T's. I see a lot of, like, the French, like, E-T-T-E. I see people, like, throwing, like, J's and, like, double I's in there, and, like, B-R-I-G-I-D, which I think is Nordic? But, yeah,
Now I wanna...
I see a lot. I see a lot of spellings.
I know someone...
Very few of which are mine.
I know someone who spells it with a D at the end.
No.
Yeah, Bridget.
Again, wait. I literally just said that. I think that's like Nordic or Germanic, something like that. but I don't see a ton of I think the spelling for mine is just, like, straight up Irish. Don't see a lot of that.
Yeah, Brigid, Brigid.
Interesting. Yeah, as soon as you throw a J in there, though, we don't do that here. How long have we been rolling? My microphone's, like, right in the way of the counter. We got time for a couple more. I added so many to the document today. We have such a fun pool to pick from. Ignore the squeaking of my mouse.
The next few weeks are gonna be exciting.
Next few weeks are gonna be litty. Shh, stop squeaking. I don't know why my mouse does that. And I could easily buy a new one, but I simply don't, because I don't feel like it. And then also, whenever I'm using the computer, I usually have headphones on, so it's not like it's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. See, now I don't know what to pick, because there's just so many good ones.
Close your eyes and just pick one.
I can't do that, because if I scroll too far, then I'm going to scroll into, like, all the housekeeping stuff, and my cursor will just land on, like, an email address. Why aren't eyebrows considered facial hair? Because they are. They are hair on your face.
I feel like, well, no, I was almost gonna say, does your forehead count as part of your face? But, like, yes,
yeah,
it is.
It's your face. But, like, whenever someone says facial hair, you always think beard, like, or stash.
Chin and cheek, yeah.
But your eyebrows are hair on your face.
Facial. I mean, so are eyelashes then. Like, your eyes
Okay, yeah, you're
face.
not wrong. I'm pretty sure an eyelash has almost the exact, if not the exact same, almost the exact same structure as a hair. Actually, I'm gonna Google that. Is an eyelash technically a hair? Because
I think
it definitely grows from a follicle.
Eyelashes and eyebrows are forgotten facial hair. Like, people just leave them out, but I guess technically they are facial hair.
Yeah, the eyelashes are hair.
Mm-hmm.
Which I never think about.
There's your answer.
I, like, literally never think about that, but, like, yeah. Why is that something that just, like, isn't part of day-to-day human consciousness? Insane.
I don't know.
But yeah, no, why are eyebrows not considered facial hair? Because they are hair on your face.
Exactly. It's in the name. I feel like there's definitely more scientific answer.
There probably is, but that's not what we're here for. We are here for stupidity and chaos and really dumb hills to die on.
Tangents.
And tangents. So many tangents. What fast food place has the best fries?
Either McDonald's or Checkers.
You are wrong. The answer is Five Guys.
Ooh, I am wrong. I'm wrong.
I love me those Five Guys fries, especially, like, the Cajun fries. Ugh. So good.
I haven't had Five Guys in so long.
Me neither. God, now I want Five Guys.
But, like, I feel like McDonald's fries are in their own class. Like, they're so different than all
McDonald's
the others.
Fries
they're, like,
are good, but only for, like, the 3 seconds after you get them when they're still hot. Once that window is closed, they're just sad.
I feel like McDonald's fries are the Domino's pizza of pizza. Like, you have pizza, but then you have Domino's pizza. Like, it's like not pizza, it's Domino's pizza. Like,
I don't think I've ever eaten Domino's in my life.
What was that?
I don't think I've ever eaten Domino's in my life, but I understand sometimes you just want, like, food that's technically
Like,
garbage, but you're like, I crave this right now.
It's like different. It's like not pizza, but it's Domino's. Yeah, and it's technically pizza. Like McDonald's fries, they're fries, but they're just like so different. They're almost in their own class.
Okay. I mean, I think I get it, kind of. But no, yeah, Five Guys has the absolute best fries. Love them.
You're not wrong. They're really good.
I don't have beef with Wendy's fries. They're pretty solid.
I will say, though, I think my favorite fast food place in general is Burger King. I really like Whoppers.
Favorite in general, I mean, again, absolutely love Five Guys. But I do also like Wendy's.
I never had
nugs.
Wendy's as much.
They have good nugs.
I never really had Wendy's as much, so I feel like that's not a go-to of mine.
Yeah, every now and again, I'll be like, I want McDonald's nugs, and then I get them, and I'm like, why did I do this? I feel disgusting. So, yeah, I lean towards, if I'm getting my chicky nuggies, Wendy's.
Chicken nugs.
But I also do just love making me some dino nugs at home. So good. Superior nugs. Better than just the regular shaped ones.
The shape makes them taste better.
It does. And I don't like, it probably isn't like real, but like the shape makes them taste better. Period. Same thing with like shaped macaroni and cheese. Although I think that might have something to do with like the structure of the pasta and the way it cooks. But I don't know.
Who's to say?
In the words of our Lord and Savior, John Mulaney, who's to say? Oh, love that man. I haven't binge watched all of those specials in far too long. What a king.
I think you're due.
I think I am.
Watch it again.
Cure my depression for 3 odd hours. Alright. Let's do maybe 1 or 2 more. And now I have to, like, remember which ones we did. Haha. The thing is, I now have so many good ones that I feel like these are, like, I'm picking, like, if I pick one of them, I'm stealing a question that could be, like, the centerpiece of a whole nother episode, you know?
The keystone.
Yeah, and I don't want to do that. Trying to think, like, I want something that's fun, but again, that's not, like, show-stopping. Oh, okay. If you are standing with people in front of you and people behind you, and you are all waiting for something, what do you say? What are you doing?
You're online.
No, you are fucking not. You are standing in line.
You can't be in a line. You are
yes,
on the
you
line.
Can.
Like if I were to draw a line on the ground, you are
online.
On
is the internet.
No, that's one word. You're on line. 2 words.
No.
Yes.
You are standing in the formation of a line.
I knew where you were going with that. I will die on that. I will die on that hill. On the line.
Yeah, because you're not inside the hill. You're not inside.
You're not in the line.
You are in the formation of a line. You can't stand on the formation.
Yes, you can. If I draw a line on the ground, I'm on the line.
If you tell someone to stand in a specific shape that has been predetermined, like, for example, military, get in formation, not on formation.
Now you're just changing the sentence. And
No, you know I'm right.
What it is.
You are standing in a particular shape. You are in the formation of a line.
It just sounds bad. It just doesn't
online
sound
sounds awful. Like, oh, I'm standing online waiting for this. I hate that. It sounds like I'm standing on the internet.
No.
Yes.
Standing in line?
Yes.
No. That sounds awful.
No, it doesn't. Online sounds awful, and I can't believe anyone says it.
You're online.
No, you're not. You 100% are not.
Online, 2 words.
Comment,
you know
people. Please tell her she is wrong.
Maybe... No, you're wrong.
Oh,
maybe I feel like I use the word on so much because one of my biggest pet peeves is, like, okay, I'm from Long Island. I hate when people say I live, or, oh, you live in Long Island? Like, no, you can't be in an island. You are on the friggin' island. I hate when people say, and like, if you're from Long Island, you don't say you're in an island. You are on an island.
There's actually something similar to that in Russian.
And in what?
In Russian, the word na is on, and if there's a pretty big Russian, like, kind of expat population in New York City, so it's considered incorrect grammar. And the word, sorry, gotta back up. The word v, just the letter V, is in. So, and like I said, there's a big Russian expat population in New York City. It is considered grammatically incorrect when describing your location to say that you are in Manhattan, because Manhattan's an island, so you have to say na instead of the.
Okay, but see, that's different. Because I live close to Manhattan, and you can say, oh, I'm in Manhattan. You don't say you're on Manhattan. If you're saying Manhattan Island, then, like, yeah, you're on Manhattan Island.
Yeah, I know. But that,
like,
I didn't make the rule. I didn't invent Russian grammar. If I did, I'd understand it a lot better.
Yeah. Wow. Words.
We got some more word stuff.
That's why
oh my God,
I am supportive of on. Because I have been conditioned.
So does that mean you say that you did something on accident as well?
No.
Interesting.
I don't like that. I say by accident. I don't make mistakes also. I'm just kidding.
I think I probably use them interchangeably.
Wait, what do you say? You say on accident?
I've probably said both on accident and by accident at some point in my life. I really don't think I have a strong preference either way.
On accident? No, I say by accident.
I mean, I probably have one that I lean towards, but just because, you know, regional dialect, but, like, I can't think of the last time I actually said that phrase.
I can't think of the last time I made a mistake.
Oh, I am a mistake. Let's not go there, but I can't think of the last time I said that phrase out loud in specific enough detail to remember whether I used on or by, and I'm absolutely certain that at some point in my life I've said both, and I don't have, like, strong feelings.
Saying on accident makes me feel uneasy. Just like, if
I kind of like the sound of by accident better, but I mean, you know, I don't always say things exactly the same. Sometimes I just, you know, I'm not even thinking about what like the exact words I'm using. I'm just getting meaning across.
Sometimes I don't even think about the words I say. They just come out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, when you're just like, especially if you're like telling a story, you're not necessarily like, you know, something funny happened or whatever. You're not necessarily thinking about, like, every single word that comes out of your mouth. You're just thinking about communicating events to the person who's listening to you. I don't know. I don't know. Online bullshit. I cannot believe it. It is bad. It is simply not good.
I will die on that hill.
Yeah, have fun. Alright, well, according to my little counter, we're at about an hour, which is probably closer to 50-something minutes if you remove our little slip up at the beginning. Genius. Smooth brain here. No think.
Yes.
Once again.
No thoughts.
I am once again devoid of thoughts. Bernie, king.
Those memes this week.
That is the man who won the inauguration. No one else.
Mm-hmm. I love that one. It's like, some of us have a job. Oh, for those who aren't caught up in the meme world, Bernie, it was him.
Or also just, for people outside of the United States memosphere.
Mm-hmm.
Continue.
It was just Bernie sitting at the inauguration in his jacket and like some manila envelopes, just looking like he had places to be.
My absolute favorite thing that people had to say about that was that he dressed like the inauguration was on his to-do list, but it wasn't his whole day. And
I'll stop at Joe's thing today.
Like, I'll do that before I go to the post office. Like, what an accurate description, truly. Bernie. It should have been Bernie, man. Really should have been.
Should have.
Alright. Anyway. We have enabled the supporter feature on Acast. So, I kept meaning to, bring this up, but if you like what we do and you want to support us in any way, shape, or form, we would be so incredibly grateful. Literally, if you gave us even, 25 cents, we would be so insanely excited. And also, if you do give us anything, if you do contribute, you'll be getting a shout-out at the end of the next episode relative to when you make your contribution. So, if you can, if you want to, we would appreciate it so much, and that would help us, just continue improving the podcast and keep doing this, because we really like doing it, and I think that's all of our news. I don't think we have any more, other than maybe 2 potential streams coming up, but once we get those figured out, we'll put actual details out.
Yeah, so be on the lookout.
Yes, be on the lookout for some fun streams, hopefully with guests. But I think that's it for this week. I hope everyone has a good week. Hope everybody stays safe, and we will see you all again next Wednesday. Bye!
Bye!
This week's episode of the Fighting with Friends podcast was hosted by Bridget Kelly and Maddie Robbins. You can find other episodes of the podcast on Acast, Deezer, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Spotify, and YouTube. Follow us on Twitter at BridgetKelly98 and at MR5MAR. Rate and review us on your podcatcher of choice, like, comment, and subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Twitch, and join our Discord community using the links in the description. Thanks for listening!